Hello, I am Swapnil Thatte. Today I will be explaining my snake game project. So let's begin. First of all, we will import all the necessary modules. Then in the main function, the actual execution of program will start. So first of all, let us define some of the constant that we will be requiring throughout the execution of program. First of all, initialize game width and game height to 550. Please note that the lower the value of speed variable, faster the game. And then we will set the color of snake, food, and canvas. Then we will create an object of a TK class as window. We will then set the title of the window as snake game. Then we will initialize the score variable to 0 and direction as down. We will create a label which will display our score, and we will create a canvas which where we will actually play the game, and changes. Then we will set window width, window height, screen width, and screen height. Then now we will create two variables x and y which will store coordinates to the which will store the coordinates to the center to center our window and use the geometry function to center it. Then we will listen to the keyboard events and will call change direction function to change the direction of our snake. Then we will create object of snake and food class and display snake and to display snake and food, uh, and then we will call the next run function, and finally the window dot main loop function to actually display the window. Now let's go to the snake class. Now in the snake class, we have a constructor which will initialize the body size variable with the body parts. Also, we will initialize two lists named as coordinates and squares. We will then set the starting position of snake as top left using append method. Then using for loop, we will create the rest of the body parts of the snake. Now let's go to the food class. In the food class, here as you can see, we store x and y coordinates of food in x and y variables. Note that we have generated values of x and y randomly using randint method. After creating our food, we will append the coordinates as list to the coordinates. After creating our food, we will append the list. After creating our food, we will append the coordinates as list to the list called coordinates, and we will display our food using create oval method. Now let's discuss the next turn function. First of all, we will store the coordinates of the head of snake in x and y variables. In this else if block, we are moving snake up, down, left and right while simultaneously updating values of x and y. We will now insert the updated value of x and y in the coordinate list of the snake. Using the canvas dot create rectangle function, we will create new squares, and using insert function we will insert them on the canvas. Here we are here we are checking if the value of snake is equal to Here we are checking value of x is equal to the x coordinate of the food and y coordinate and y is equal to the y coordinate of the food. If yes, then we will increment our score and update the label. Else we will delete the last square. And now check if our snake is colliding with the boundary. For that we will call the check collision function. If the function returns true, then we will call the game over function, and if it returns false, then we will continue with the game. Now let's go to the change direction function. um, in the given if else block, we are avoiding 180-degree turn of the snake. Like if the current direction of the snake is left and user presses the right arrow key button, then we will not do anything else. We will set the direction as new direction. Now let's go to the check collisions method. uh, Here again, let's store x and y coordinates of the head of snake in x and y variables. Here in if else block, we will check whether head of the snake has crossed the boundary, and using for loop we will check that its head have not crossed its own body part. And if the snake has crossed the boundary or has crossed its own body part, then the function will return true, else it will return false. Now let's go to the game over function. When it is called, it will clear canvas and will print game over in the center of the canvas. Now let us see the execution of our program. Thank you.